excited to get a complete arm pump. Buys included. I've been chilling out on them a little bit just because I can kind of tell that the right one had like a little bit of a slight tweak, a slight twinge. I'm starting to think it's just like or that it was just like some kind of pinched nerve or something like that. Because it doesn't feel like, I mean, of course, strength wise, compromised, not at all. I can just kind of feel a little bit of a twinge. I think what I really need to be doing, I've kind of been doing this a little bit, but not as much as I should. I need like a wooden, like a dowel or like something, like a lacrosse ball style. Maybe I'll get one of those like massage guns. That'd probably do me some good too. And just fucking drill into it, break up whatever's been going on down there. The only other kind of recurring twinge that I seem to have kind of come in and out of my training is this forearm right in here, kind of where the forearm, like this kind of chunk of meat, starts to meet the elbow. Something about in there, every so often it'll get kind of rough, where sometimes curling will fuck with it, or even pressing, which really sucks. It's yeah, it must just be, honestly, that kind of sounds like tennis elbow. I don't even really know what tennis elbow is though. I kind of always assumed that was like stuff down here on your actual elbow itself. But, no matter. Again, of course, anything that hurts, for the most part, you're not going to want to be doing. But you also have to kind of take some initiative and try to figure out what's going on. It only takes a couple of Google searches to look up, like, okay, so wait, someone else has had the same issue as me. All right, cool. How do they fix it? I remember looking up the same shit with the thing I had with my forearm, be it like a, I don't know, pinched nerve or some kind of twinge or whatever. And I was like, how the hell do I get rid of this? This is fucking me. And I just looked up some video, found a power lifter, and he's like, same shit happens to me. Whenever it kind of, flares up, he just takes like a wooden rod, like a dowel or something, and just fucking grinds the fuck out of his forearm. Not in a bad way, of course, but like in a real deep tissue massage kind of way. And then he's all right. So more often, actually, fucking probably 99.9% of the time, anytime you're going through some kind of situation, somebody else has gone through the exact same thing. And now, more likely than not, you can just look it up and see that somebody posted about it. So, you can apply that to, whatever part of your training. If you're having trouble getting your meals down, look up fucking how to eat more calories, shit like that. I'm personally, I don't like rely on coaches or dietitians and stuff like that. I kind of go about it my own way that I like. Not saying that I think I'm on their level of like intelligence or anything like that. I'm just saying I kind of get the idea, the basic framework. But, dudes who have been doing this for a long time, like coaches and stuff like that, they have a lot of inside info, and a lot of them just post this shit online. I'll see, I forget the dude. Super smart though. Whenever I see his clips and he's saying some shit, I'm always like, okay, that actually sounds kind of smart. And he's talking about putting, sugar or dextrose in, like sushi rice to make it easier to get down. Shit like that. It's not something you may even come across, but, well, yeah, I mean, it's definitely not something you're just going to figure out on your own. So I think what I'm really trying to say is, if you ever run into any kind of problem or situation or whatever, in terms of your training, I guess you could do this with anything, but of course, if I'm talking about something in the video, it's going to be, about weightlifting, about muscle growth, then, just look it up, try to figure out an answer for yourself. The last thing you want to do is just be locked into whatever fucking problem you have and have that hinder your progress. Oh, I can't get my meals in, fuck. Well, I guess I'm just the type of guy who can't eat his food. And then, you never break 200 pounds. Not ideal. Not freaking ideal. So yeah, enough of that little enough of that little speech. Plan for arms is going to be the same as normal. Pushdowns of a few varieties, as well as, well, that's honestly all I can say for sure. I'll see what happens. Maybe I'll do some dips. Machine dips, of course. I think body weight dips are a little bit too chest dominant, so I kind of stay away from them for triceps. But a dip machine, I have no problem with. I love slamming a dip machine, especially sometimes with like oh my god, are these guys gonna let me fucking turn? Especially with like a drop set sometimes. A dip machine can be very nice. They're kind of hit or miss though, like sometimes I'll do a dip machine and I get like all chest and I really just can't squeeze my triceps. The best dip machine I've ever used was in a gym in Michigan. It was it was in Petoskey. I need to go back there. That gym was sick because it had I've brought this up before too. It's got a first floor that was like pretty commercial, kind of kind of LA Fitness style. Just cardio machines, cables, dumbbells, other weight machines. Just normal shit. And then it had a basement, which had a little bit more hardcore stuff. Still machines, but that's where all the power racks were, the really heavy dumbbells. And there's this dip machine. It must have been from the fucking 90s. Smooth. You actually buckled yourself in, so dude, they knew what they were doing back then. I think I kind of like, I'm not gonna say it doesn't work, and I use machines that are cool. It's not like I speak for every lifter in the world, but a lot of newer machines in gyms, like I kind of they seem just a little bit redundant sometimes. I see a lot of I don't know what the brand is, maybe Nautilus. I don't know. A lot of the machines where the seat moves as you do a rep, like as you're doing a chest press, like the seat also moves. I don't know, man. I mean, I think you're losing sight of the point by adding all this extra complexity. Of course, I'm not an exercise machine engineer, so they know what they're doing more than me. But as the practitioner, as the guy using them, I feel like I've got a little bit of an opinion to say, a little bit of a valid point to make, you know. Plus, I mean, I'm sure you've noticed if you've used an old pec deck, real simple, just metal handles, it's got the cable stack, adjusts, and that's it. Real simple. Ah, usually, man, I like those better. Just better feel, something that's, you know, can't beat the basics. Cannot beat the basics. But let's get back to training. So push downs, yeah, single arm, double arm, rope, straight bar, overhead dumbbell for sure. What else? Yes, we'll see. Probably 5, 6 sets, as many as I feel is enough to stimulate some growth, plus get a full pump. It's not like I just get a pump and then I say, okay, the lift is over. I kind of base it off of like how hard the sets were, how fatigued I am, just kind of overall subjective, grading of how the lift just went. And that's kind of based off of, years upon years of lifts. So after tries are done, buys is just going to be the same thing, but, with curls. Right? Dumbbell, easy bar, cable, preacher. We'll just have to see. I am open to, what am I open to? Inspiration? No, that doesn't sound right. You get the idea. I got a basic gist of what I'm going to do, but I'm not locked into any specific movements or exercises or reps or styles or whatever. Once I get in there and I kind of see how I feel, I'll kind of use that as a starting point to decide, okay, I know a set of standing dumbbell curls is going to feel pretty good right now. And a set of preacher curls, that might not feel that might not be that good. Maybe I'll skip those and do, something else. And I think that just kind of comes with training experience. So I think enough yapping about it and enough chit chat. Let's just get in there, park, and get started. Isn't that nice? Isn't that just a nice way to finish the day? A cheeky little arm pump, some heavy curls, some heavy pushdowns, some assisted reps beyond failure. You know, every other buzzword under the sun to describe a quality workout. That is very nice. And I have got a pint of either strawberry. Actually, no, I think it's more than that. I can't remember how much. But in the last grocery haul, I got some strawberry and some vanilla ice cream. The strawberry one is kind of calling my name. I think that will pair quite nicely with a pound of top sirloin steak, as well as potentially some electrolyte packets to replenish some of the sodium and potassium and whatever else I sweated out during that lift. That will definitely do me good. Now, when it comes to dairy consumption, if you're unfortunate enough to not be able to handle it in terms of your gut, then I am not envious of you. I fucking love ice cream. Chocolate milk, strawberry milk, cereal. I guess if it really fucks you, just get some Lactaid, or get some of those enzymes to break down the lactose for you. But yeah, it still kind of sucks that you kind of have to go through that roundabout step. So yeah, that's all my plan is for tonight. I don't have a ton of work except for just studying for next week, which, yeah, I definitely gonna have a lot of shit to do. I think I'll start tomorrow. That'll be a good, yeah, it'll be a good day to start. Not tonight. Not tonight. Tonight is for me to get nice and cozy, eat my ice cream, watch The Sopranos, getting close to the end, and then just freaking chill. I'm really waiting for some more episodes of Jujutsu Kaisen to come out, plus Invincible. Oof, dude, Invincible is getting good. I'm not gonna read it. I know that the comics go so far into the story, but I think I'll just wait and watch it as it comes out. So plan for tomorrow is going to be legs, hamstrings, quads, same as normal. Might add some pressing, may not. Might just do a lot of leg extensions. A lot of leg extensions sort of combined into a superset with sissy squats. Those have been absolutely destroying my quads lately. I haven't been doing them for a couple of weeks. I really could not tell you why. It is a sick superset, and I can say that with certainty. Same thing with hamstring curls, straight into kind of light RDLs. But I don't really love doing RDLs with free weights. I like doing RDLs ideally with a dedicated cable RDL machine where, I actually get to stand on a platform, bend over, grab some handles, get a really good stretch. And something about the movement, or like the strength curve of the cables, it just makes the RDL feel way easier to squeeze on my hamstrings rather than, my glutes and lower back. Because, the whole point, the whole point of my leg days at least is, I want to slam my hamstrings, I want to destroy my quads so that my thigh itself thickens up, but I don't want to hit anything else. Just like how I was talking about straps on those heavy dumbbell curls, how if I didn't use them, then my forearms would come into play a little bit too much. Same thing with quads and hamstrings. I kind of judge movements based upon how much they actually hit the targeted muscle. That's why I don't squat flat-footed, because when I squat with heels elevated, it lets me put way more tension on my quads rather than my glutes. When I squat with flat feet, or when I do leg press, I feel like I get an even mix of quad and glute activation. And I do not need bigger glutes. They're big enough. I want my quads and my hamstrings to really thicken up. I I don't need a bigger dump truck. So, one thing I was getting ready to say, I think I was gonna say this on the way here, but I kind of forgot. Let me ask you this. Do you have your whole year planned out? How far ahead in advance do you have something that you want to progress in planned, you know, on a day by day basis, right? How far ahead? Maybe a week, maybe a month, maybe not at all. You got to work on that. I'm a little bit spoiled because I mean, my year, honestly, my next few years, they're already lined up and scheduled. Now, it's a pretty simple schedule, but by sticking to it, I can make pretty solid progress. And the only thing on that schedule is, eat my food and go to the gym. So, as long as I hit those two goals every day, I know that I'm doing something right. And honestly, they don't even really feel like goals just because I want to do them, you know? Like if somebody didn't even care about working out at all and they were like forced to, do all these lifts and eat all their food and track their macros and whatever, if they didn't actually want to do it, dude, this shit would be a fucking challenge, you know? But if you actually want results, then you should be able to have the kind of firm enough grasp on reality to understand that your effort in, going to the gym, doing your macros, eating your meals, hitting your protein, whatever else, all that shit is going to correlate directly with your fucking progress. So it should hype you up to do it. That's how I feel about the matter, at least. But now I just get to go home, eat, chill, maybe fold my laundry, maybe not. It's not going to affect the pump. And then I get cardio in the morning. I'm definitely going to be ready for bed after I finish my meals. So that's all I got. I'll see you next time.